Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Derrick Harper Sr. here with the Done is Better Than Perfect podcast. You know the saying, done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. Get out of your own way. Just get that business started. See, a lot of people thinking about what can go wrong, then they never get it right. Get started, get started, get started. So today, we're actually in here with a great friend of mine that I've known for quite a few years, and I'm going to introduce him to y'all first. But I want him to introduce himself first, but I want to introduce my guy, Mr. Derrick Pickett. And he here, so what you got going on here, though?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, man, all is well, man. Just out here in this entrepreneur world, post-pandemic, and hey, it's exciting, brother.
Yeah. Hey, it's definitely exciting. You said post-pandemic. Why you say post-pandemic? What was the difference between pre-pandemic and post-pandemic?
Pre-pandemic, everybody didn't have excuse about they didn't have any money. Pandemic, right. They got the money, they scratched the lottery ticket, and post-pandemic trying to figure out what, where all the money went.
Yeah. Spun. How we say it in the South, spun it.
Spun all the money.
Spun the money.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's crazy. So what's some of the craziest things you've seen with some people spending money? Like the Louis line or something?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Louis, Gucci, the airports, man. People going on vacations, man. Everybody got all these. They here everywhere. They popping bottles.
Man, I had a buddy of mine, bro. He blew his whole PPP check on a Miami trip.
Oh, wow.
He had some girls with him, but I'm like, bro, you came back and can't even talk to none of the girls. Anyway, man. So, I'm glad you accepted the invite to come on here, man. Yeah. It's long overdue. But tell the people just a little bit about yourself, before we get into like what we're gonna talk about. If I'm a person and I've never heard of you and don't know where to find you, don't know what you do, just take the business side of it. If I was trying to get to know you, just tell me a little bit, some stuff about yourself.
Derrick Pickett, man. A graduate of Fort Valley State University.
Okay, Wildcats, ain't it?
Yeah, okay. Wildcats, yeah. So I got a degree in agricultural economics. Which is a specialized degree in agriculture. Took care of that in 5 years. When I was in college, I was student government vice president.
Oh, you fancy.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they took you out to grow some weed or something.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
So you say, you got that in 5 years. What you say, Fort Valley?
Yeah, Fort Valley, man.
That's dope. Man, what else? What made you, so how you went from agriculture to entrepreneurship?
Started back, man, when I was in high school, man. I was the candy man. I was selling candy. Yeah. So I've been hustling for a long time. Always had my hands on liquid cash. And even when I was in college, we had the things we were doing in the agriculture department at one time. I remember one time we had a challenge. The guy was like, we was on like minimum wage like $4.25 hours. So he was, they had a thing like a work study program. And if you go pick up cans for, each pound of can you get an hour of work. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
so I was like, $4.25 was a lot back then. And I was like, man, I got to fly to California and see my parents, and had all the other people in the group. And they was like, how am I going to pick up these cans? My energy and, innovative self. I went down to the man who was buying cans and bought the cans from him for 30 cents and turned around and went back and cashed it in for $4.25. But that was one of my creative aspects I did in college to help raise money.
So you've been know how to broker, like you just been like, like back in the day we call that hustling.
Yeah,
but it's different. There's hustle and there's hustle. There's people who got hustle and know how to broker. And, you got other people who just out here trying to hustle people. But that first one, though, it seems like, I know you for a while, and it seemed like you always had that, always was innovative, always thinking through, some things. So what was that something that you always was able to, like, depend on and lean on? Did that give you, like, an extra level of comfort?
Yeah, I always knew that I had that gift that I could sell anything, but just the point of being around the right environment. I grew around a lot of family members or something that they hustled, they sold dope.
Right.
But the ironic part, my dad worked for the prison system, so I knew I couldn't end up doing that. So it gave me a level of confidence. I always knew that I had that extra heart, that drive. I knew if I could take that risk, I could get that reward.
And you know it's crazy. Like a lot of people shunned the people who sold dope back in the day, but that was the only thing it was given to them. It was a culture thing. It was the product. People couldn't find jobs and do that. And when you fast forward it, you still got the same kind of economy. Less people on dope now, but more people are on hope now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, you know, they were selling dope back then. They selling hope now.
Oh yeah.
And then you got dope heads back then. You got hope heads now, right?
Yeah.
So I love the fact that even though you didn't even get into that, you learn how to still carve out what you learned from it. And picked up and learn how to counter that into something you can do positive.
Yeah.
So now that's dope. So after you still in Fort Valley?
Oh yeah. I'm out of Fort Valley.
Oh, you said you got
out of Fort Valley. Yeah.
Oh, you got out of there right
I
after you
wasn't
graduated.
no super. I got out of Fort Valley. Stayed down in Macon for a little while.
Mactown.
Yep. Started, man. One of my first businesses I was selling like paper business cards, and then I went into selling plastic business cards. Okay. So I did plastic business cards for about 15
What's
years.
a plastic business card?
It's a credit card. Basically, you take the idea and just turn it into a plastic business card. So I would go to there.
So like the Amex card, instead of having it's a business card, so you hand them out, and they like, man, you ever caught somebody flexing with your business card like they had a real Amex?
Yeah. They kept my card forever because a lot of people didn't have plastic credit cards.
Right.
Yeah, so you're flexing off mine.
Did you ever get like the metal ones done?
Oh yeah, I got some metal ones. Yeah.
Okay.
I got some metal. Yeah, we do it all. Yeah.
So man, that's dope, man. So all right, I got a series of questions I want to ask so that the people can kind of get to know you before we get into to some stuff. Fruit Loops or cornflakes?
Fruit Loops.
Why Fruit Loops?
I like the different flavors and variety. Cornflakes get soggy
just
fast.
Plain. Okay. I like that. That's a good answer. The strip club or the cigar bar?
Cigar bar.
Okay, cigar bar. So okay, you in Atlanta. You like
I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah.
Okay, I got asthma, so the strip club pretty much like a Newport bar because it smell like smoke all the way through it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Lexus or Bentley?
Lexus.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but
why Lexus. They feel like you made it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Bentley, they begging more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got it. Let me get this. My bill, do that, do. You know what I'm saying? So I like to hide behind. I like to be in planes, man. They can't see me, man.
I feel you, bro. I feel you on that. Because as soon as you get the car, not realizing, bro, I paid 5 times more for the car than the Lexus, or 4 times more for the car than the Lexus. That means I don't have the money to be able to just give. Yeah. And so as soon as people see you with it, that's like the motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So man, what made you be the Lexus type person though, to just not want to be the person that they begging or getting all the spotlight that they can come target or something? Why?
I've always had, I grew up, my mom and dad, they always had like large families. Mm-hmm. So I just knew that, having those things is good, but when you're the oldest one, you always have the calling of responsibility. So I knew I was going to have money to do other things for my family members. I'm like the leader, the patriarch of the family. So, I can get those things, but at the end of the day, like, what is the point of me having one good car? And I know my sisters need cars, my family, my mom need a car. So end of the day, the car, it'll come, but it wasn't nothing really important because like, I'm the type of person, I don't like looking like I got something and ain't got no money. I like being liquid, man. I just like cash. I don't like the idea of being broke and have to ask somebody for something. So that's my mindset. That I'd rather just do good instead of look good.
Facts, because you can be asset heavy and have a bunch of cars, houses, and all of that, and still need to borrow money from time to time from people. I've seen some asset millionaires and I've seen some liquid millionaires, and there's a difference.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
I've seen a lot of them too, man. People call me, ask me for money all the time. I know you got it, but they're like, y'all got more than me, but they still asking me.
Yeah. They got the material stuff, but it's like, bro, just because I hold mine back for a rainy day, and because the goal is to eventually get everything in liquid, right?
Yeah.
Or to be able to have it. I think it's a good balance there.
Yeah. You got to have some things. You want some nice things, but you don't want to be just like, well, you just strapped and every deal, every next check, you got to pay something. You don't have nothing for yourself. No emergency.
How do you feel? So you came up with both your parents, though.
Yeah, right.
Do you see a difference between men that's coming up with their dad in the house versus men who are not? Have you noticed like a difference out here?
Yeah, I can tell the difference, because I grew up, man. My dad was hard on me. I'm talking about real hard. I got more beating sometimes than Kunta, man. He used to beat me, but I look back on life, man. I think it's definitely it was worth it, man, because to have that extra level of discipline on your back to help you get there, because you got somebody who's been where you got to go.
Right.
It's easier for trying to follow their roadmap, and now I appreciate. I'm grateful for what I went through. So yeah, you can definitely tell the difference, man. Someone who has a father, and then a lot of guys who don't have fathers. They might come up to me, ask me to be a father figure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear a lot of guys call, "What's up, uncle? What's up, uncle?" Because they ain't have no good uncle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And two, to add to that, I think that it's a lot about it's less about what your father had to say. It's just you got to see it in real time, a model there. Of something to follow. Like, okay, my dad would have did this, my dad would have did that. So I just wanted to ask because, I usually ask most entrepreneur men that had the dads if there's a difference. And, so, man, that's good. I just wanted to, the people to kind of get to know you.
Oh, yeah.
But what made you come on to Done is Better Than Perfect, though? Because usually when people come on here, they got some questions and they want to kind of like, brainstorm on, get some coaching, get some get some bounce some other ideas off. So what made you say, hey, I'm going on there to talk to my boy D?
Well, I've been following you and knowing you for a long time, man. I like your movement. But I always go back to my one of my friends, his name's Joe. He's out of Detroit, and he told me one time, he said, Jeff Bezos, and the richest man in the world, has 8 coaches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was on the football field, I had a linebacker coach, we had a lineman coach. So, everybody always feels like that they know everything. But when I wake up every day, I feel like I don't know nothing, man.
Right.
So, I came to get to somebody who's going to where I want to be. And then I also network with somebody who wants something, man,
I love the networking aspect of it too. Because, I got a lot of coaches. And, I think what the misconception is? People think that because if I hire you as a coach, right, that I'm less superior. That ain't the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like I hire coaches that probably make less than me a lot. And the thing is, but they're more advanced than where I'm trying to go on. Like I got a spiritual coach that really knows how to help me tap into a different side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got a motivational coach, I got a business coach, I got all of that. So I wanted to make sure that people understood that. So I think one of the things too that that we need to, dang, that messed me up right there. Hold on. Where was we at? My ADHD kicked in.
Spiritual coach by different coaches, why people have different
coaches. Gotcha. Yeah, so just having those different coaches there, I think really brings it home for people because you tap into different sides of yourself that you didn't even know was there.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things though that's been like on your on your mind where you had to get it off your chest today?
Learning to properly scale and build that proper team. Okay. What I've learned about you is you always have been very systemized, and I never forget my professor in college, man, Dr. Brown. I came in one day, my book bag was scrolled everywhere. I came in and put everything down. He looked at me, he said, man, if that boy ever get organized, he'll be rich.
Facts.
And that's haunted me for all my life.
No,
facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said, if he ever get organized, he'll get rich. And he told me, and that's just something whenever I've had my business, I've always strived to get that system to go. And I'm just, still looking for that one little link. Sometimes you miss that one little degree of separation. It's just like
that one thing.
Yeah, it's like Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? He was in Detroit and lost all them years. And that one year he went to that right team and that right coach, and he went to the Super Bowl. So, I ain't worried about how many losing seasons I got. I'm just worried about just getting there so I can get
facts. He didn't just go. He won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope. Yeah. So have you been like working on the systems, or that's just something that's just it's eating at you?
I mean, I don't work on. I just because I try to when I do it, but that's that one missing link.
Right.
That's why I'm putting the course together now to try for what I'm doing and everything. But like that system is that one thing that I know. Like once I get that system, it's like Black Friday with Amazon. It's like Amazon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm always constantly reaching. Even when I hire like people to work for me, hire assistants, I said, I need a system. But people a lot of times they in their mind, they want to tell you what they want to do.
Right.
Like I just hired you for this,
but
they don't want to.
They want to do it their way.
Yeah.
So I think too. Have you taken a DISC assessment?
No, I haven't taken DISC assessment.
Because one of the things that I learned too is creators, artists, people who are visionaries are never systematic. The reason why I started pushing systems the most because I'm the least organized person in the world, right? And I got ADHD real bad. I'll be doing this 1 minute. I'll literally be driving to the store. Next thing you know, I'm in Atlanta hitting blocks.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm downtown hitting blocks. And then I'm like, dang, what was I supposed? Oh, dang, Kayla sent me to go get some soup. And I'm like, man, I left from McDonald's. But what I realized though is my DISC says that I'm dominant, right? I'm a very high D and I'm a high I. So I'm dominant and I'm influential. That means that I make decisions and I just go at it and then I'm good and I'm very persuasive. So I know how to connect with people and, be able to explain it to them where they can get it. But my S, which is the steadiness, is very low. Now, as far as me getting stuff done, as far as me being consistently with just sitting down and working, it ain't gonna happen. And my C, my conscientious, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, very low. That's probably the lowest it can ever be, right? That means that I don't spend too much time thinking about what can get done and why I can get done. That's why I even came up with the whole done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done thing, right? Because you can always fix it and always correct it. So taking that DISC assessment might allow you to realize that maybe I'm not meant to be organized. Because it's two things. People who organize, it's something in their brain that makes them stop.
Yeah.
They have to make sure everything lined up, organized in a certain order. Their brain is wired that way. See, creators and visionaries, our brain isn't wired that way.
Yeah.
So I learned to do what I do best, delegate the rest, right?
Yeah.
And so now what I would do, one of the things that when you do start hiring, especially with some of the stuff that you got going on, I wouldn't focus on being organized because what that's going to do is that's going to cause you to give up the 80% strength that you have to chase that 20% weakness.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then now you're spending so much time trying to fix something that you're not naturally meant to fix, right? So one of the things that I want you to do is take a DISC assessment.
Okay.
And then what that'll do is it'll tell you where you're strong at. And if you're lower in the S and the C categories, you're not going to be thinking about being organized. You're a visionary.
Yeah.
Hire somebody with a high S and a C. And then when you hire them with a high S and a C and they're very organized, now what you can do is you can build out your process, organize it, right? Document it. Once you document it, just delegate it to them. And then in order to, the way that you will know it's time for them to be promoted, if they take that program and make it better, organize it more, make it easier for you because you're meant to be a CEO. CEOs aren't meant to be the best organized people. Your whole job is to be the visionary, create the vision, and do income-producing activities. And I think organization is a minimum wage activity that should be delegated. And so I think once you take that DISC, it'll allow you to see if you're meant to be organized or not. But if you're not meant to be organized and you got a low S and a C and that's your natural personality, stop trying to be organized. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll open everything up for you. And that was my biggest problem. Because, I got that worst case of ADHD in the world.
Okay.
So
definitely learned something today.
Yeah, no. So what you got going on? What's one of the things that, like you mentioned, what's one of those things that you're working on now that, man, if I just get this one thing, it's going to Black Friday?
Oh, yeah. So since the pandemic, man, if you go back about, I had a little fall back in 2012, and I went to the feds. And once I went to the feds, I went in there and did like the secret did the vision book, and end up and I was couponing. I wrote down that I was going to come home and I was going to sell tissue and all that. And I came home and I started couponing and doing all kind of stuff. I started selling stuff and made decent money, but then I then I grabbed on and saw what y'all were, and I was doing the credit also.
Right.
And I kind of got sidetracked. I didn't think it was enough money. And even I'll go back to the point when I saw you at the mastermind we did in Miami.
Right.
And I was telling you about how I was doing the household products and stuff out my trunk. You said, man, don't discount that. You said that's some good money. Yeah.
Huge.
So then, fast forward, after the pandemic, I went and got some tissue and paper towels, started buying stuff from couponers and messing around, man. I was making like $20,000, $30,000 a week.
Right.
Just selling laundry, detergent, tissue.
You heard this guy said that $20,000, $30,000 a week, like that's just play money. You got 20, you got 20,000 play money. That's crazy.
Yep. So I found something that we all been really benefiting the stores off all our life. We grew up, our mom and dad, every month, no matter what, they had to go to the grocery store.
Consumables. Yeah. They literally gotta buy them.
Yeah. So I got into the business and actually micro scaled it. 1 month I got into it and I was at a show and I said, my prices are better than these other people's prices. And and I had some of my vendors, I said, man, if I sell you my stuff, would you buy it? They said, yeah. And literally within 1 week, man, I made like $100,000 from just some guys I've been knowing for over a year, and I just asked them.
So let's break this down in context, right? Because I think people might have missed that. So what you do is you buy it from the couponers.
Yeah, I started out buying from the couponers.
Yeah. So they already getting the pennies on the dollar, and you kind of wholesaling it from them.
Yeah, I buy it from them because like most couponers they can buy, right? But like they can't get rid of it.
They don't know how to distribute. Yeah.
So I come in and I just I got cash and I get it for pennies on the dollar.
Man, listen, you probably just made a bunch of listeners some money right now, and I don't think it's too much competition. So you can do this in any market. So if 1,000 people start doing that, it still won't hurt you.
All over the world, ain't no competition.
Man, that's crazy. Did y'all know that? Y'all didn't even know that was a way, man. There's so many ways that people making money out here, and they talking about 50-50 on bills. They crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you get it from the couponers, and then now you hitting the stores because the stores paying the vendors more. Because couponers getting it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, you getting on the dollar.
You getting it for quarters on the dollar, sell it for 50 cents on the dollar, and everybody eating.
Yep.
And so, man, that goes back to being the candy man. So you the adult candy man with the tissue man or the consumable.
On a high level, but this ain't going out of business. You know
right. I don't think this ever gonna end, bro. And with the prices going up on everything. Man, see, these couponers gonna watch this and they're gonna be, but they don't know how to distribute.
But they don't know how to sell.
They don't know how to get rid of it.
That's
dope.
Yeah.
Would you say so? One of the things you said, man, because the people want to know you. You know what I'm saying? You transformed out here. So you say you went to you did the Fed. You went to the Feds. What happened?
Well, just went too far, man.
Just like no, that's good.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, we go too far. Like sometime in life, You wake up every morning, let's say a woman, she might get up, she knows she got to pay a light bill, but then she go get her nails done.
No,
facts. You know what I'm saying? I go to get a car, I'm supposed to get just a regular charge, and they done taught me to a haircut. Yeah. So I just went too far.
And you know what's crazy? We all do that.
Yeah.
And I love the accountability from that because, like you said, it's 11 years ago, right? But if that wouldn't have happened, you probably wouldn't have had the mindset that you got now too, though. Yeah. And, because a lot of people, we're a product of our environment. Whatever we see, we become, right? Mm-hmm. And I got to say, your repetition creates your reputation. Yeah. What you do the most of is what you become known for. Yeah. And if you're in an environment where that's all they doing is certain things and you seeing it, everybody's going to adapt to that.
Yeah.
That's just like, well, anyway, I ain't even going to go down that thing. But what are some of the things of going through that journey, though, that help you transition to being the businessman you is today?
Well, I've always had the ability to get money, but the point of just sitting down and reading and doing research.
Right.
I learned about different types of people who specialized in what I did. Like I started following a guy named Dan Kennedy, and I learned about marketing and branding because I know marketing and branding is my gift. Mm-hmm. So during that time, I just had a chance to sit down and I got a chance to just really learn who I am and what I can do and how powerful I was. And I saw how much I impacted the world because, I had a lot of value because as soon as I came home, I thought I was gone, but it was just like, sometime in NASCAR, you go in the pit stop to change your tire. You come back, you're still in the lead because people ain't really doing nothing.
And sometimes, man, I'm big on like assignment. Sometimes we get put in a position where God got to sit us down for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because if we don't get sat down, we ain't gonna really get that message of clarity of who we supposed to serve to. And like, because when we on this assignment and we out here moving, a lot of times it's just easy to forget. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you knew the hustle, so you always knew how to get money. But then if you get caught up in that cycle, and it's all right, okay, money. But dang, who am I really supposed to serve? And then now when you don't get that, it's like, all right, I'm gonna sit you down for a while. And then now you come up out of that, you talking about finding something that nobody's even thinking about doing $20,000 a week. I'm buying some tissue today, bro, by the way. I'm going to buy some tissue, some soap. What else? Like toothpaste, all that.
Toothpaste, paper towels, man. I mean, the crazy part is just like, at one point I was like, man, at one point I was just focused on tissue and paper towel. But then after a while I was like, I can sell anything. So I get anything from body wash, dish detergent. I done sold refrigerators.
But you know how I knew you was getting money though?
What?
I did a mastermind in Miami, right? And I probably didn't post. I think I posted it at like 5 o'clock. It's like, hey, we're going to grab a mansion in Miami and, on the water, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't no cheap mastermind ticket. Like I think the general admission to that mastermind was $5K, right? For the weekend. And the VIP was like $7,500. And I'm talking about I posted it. Usually I had to jump on the phone and explain to people. Next thing you know, I look around, $7,500, Derrick Pickett. I'm like, oh, bro, I ain't call or ask for nothing. He was like, bro, I'm talking about everything I dropped is high ticket. And he was the first one on here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I offer, you was jumping on. And one of the things that I think that people don't understand is, like you said, $20,000 a week. You know how many people start making money like that and don't feel like they can lean on nobody else? They feel like they got it figured out and then they get stuck.
Yeah.
So what does that thirst come from to say, man, I'm worth it? I believe enough in myself to where I'm gonna invest at.
I mean, because I just know going back that if you don't invest in yourself, you don't never know. Like, the hardest part about it is you always got to re-up on your inventory. And like I have to re-up on my brain. That's why they have different levels of college. You can have the associate, you got the PhD, the master's, all that. At certain levels, you have to keep going. And, when you see somebody where you want to go, you got to ask and inquire. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how long Michael Jordan been out the game. People still want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And because he did some things that they want to do.
That probably never going to get done again.
Yeah, true.
I don't think nobody going to be doing $20,000 a week again, though. I got to, unless, I'm going to need you to kind of help me out on that. But no, so, all right, so the money coming in, did it ever slow down or it's still popping?
It slowed down for a minute, but like another thing that I really I do and a lot of people don't know about is I do auctions too. So like, once I buy stuff and I buy liquid stuff, I go into auctions, and one of my biggest months I had with my auction is I made like $50,000 in one day.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, just on the auction. So but you got to realize that with the World Wide Web, it's like sometimes we categorize our life as just what's right in front of us, but it's still a big old world out there. People just are there on their phones, so they'd rather spend more on the phone than go to the store.
99% of the money I make now is probably online. And 99% of the people I speak to is probably online. Yeah. Like, I don't know. So other than the neighbors on both sides of me, I don't know my neighbors.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I know the people in my Facebook community.
Yeah,
I know the people on Instagram. And I talk to them and I say good morning, hello, and and I don't even know the neighbors. And so we know that the community is online right now.
Yeah.
And it's a whole world out here. And then we still getting caught up in being depressed because these 30 people don't like us. When it's 7.5 more billion people out there who we ain't even built with yet, right? So okay, you got the auction thing going. You got the the buying from the couponers and distributing to the stores and stuff like that. And what else?
Working on my course now.
Okay. So, what's the course on?
It's gonna be on the 5 P's of pallet flipping. So,
okay, see, he ain't say nothing about pallet flipping. Okay, so you pallet flip.
Yeah, pallet flip too.
Explain that. What's pallet flip?
So pallet flipping is basically like just, it's buying in bulk. Back in the day when you were hustling, you would have rocks, but now you moved up to the blocks.
Okay. So
now we get pallets of merchandise. I buy it by the truckload, and then people come in and they buy it. From $300, $400, $500, and some pallets are even worth like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. It depends on what it is.
So the pallets got stuff on it.
Yeah, they're pallets. Yeah, not the actual pallets.
I was like, hey, people out here buying pallets.
They buying pallets. So I have pallets of merchandise.
Oh, wholesale stuff. And so you package it like for.
Yeah, I package and sell it because a lot of people don't realize that, like, even before the pandemic, Amazon has like over $100 million worth of return goods every day. And every time it's returned, they can't resell it or put it back on the shelf. So you imagine they got $100 million worth of merchandise sitting inside a warehouse. They package it up and then they turn around and they sell it to someone for pennies on the dollars because they done made their money.
Man, you done cracked the code. So hold on. So Amazon. So if I send something back to Amazon, right? Yeah. And they take it in. So they got to sell it locally. They just got to get rid of it.
They can't resell it. So they just put it on a pallet. They put it in a Gaylord or whatever it is. You know, from clothes to shoes, all electronics, everything. Just
package it up and then be like, hey, do they bid on it? Oh, that's where the auction come in.
Yeah, well, auction. But they have like people. Sometimes you have direct connect, but it's a lot of people who sell Amazon. But you can call Amazon directly, or they got brokers who might sell you a truckload. Truckload can earn anywhere from $2,000, $3,000. Sometimes we're $15,000, $20,000. Depends on what's in there.
See, you can't let the old me. I came from the hood, right?
Yeah.
And we had this little hustle we used to do when we was broke. Well, most everybody was broke in the hood, but we had this little hustle what we'll call Pizza Hut and get the pizza delivered.
Oh yeah.
And it's because then everybody ain't have credit cards. And then when they come deliver, you don't answer the door. But let me tell you, we would literally walk to Pizza Hut and be waiting by the trash can because when they can't deliver the pizza, they'll have to actually come and they go right. They pull up and then they throw the pizza in the trash can. And we'll be back there be like, hey, don't throw the pizza away. We hungry, right? we done ordered the pizza. And so I could see if this was back in the day and that we were still in my hustle mindset, that means people can literally start ordering from Amazon, though. I ain't trying to tell people.
But Amazon.
I can see people trying to hustle that, though, and try to order from Amazon and then send it back and then try to buy it in wholesale.
Yeah, they do it. I mean,
people never mind. I ain't getting y'all no ideas out there, so don't be trying to order no bogus stuff on Amazon to put it back to get it wholesale later. So, all right, so. I done bought these shoes for school clothes for my son, and then find out that he getting on my nerves, or he done did something stupid. So I sent it back, right? And it hits the warehouse. They package it, all these shoes and clothes. They can't send it back to the distributor. So if I'm an Amazon shipper, though, right, and I ship it to somebody and they don't get it, I lose my money?
No, Amazon, the shipper, Amazon, they
probably got.
They can always win. No, but in Amazon they sell so many items that you're gonna have some returns. So it ain't like you might have 10%, 20% return.
Right.
You got to eat that. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like a chargeback in business.
Chargeback really. Yeah, because I've sold stuff on Amazon before too, and when I sold on there, I sold toys during Christmas one time, and that's when the LOL dolls was out, man. I literally made
you finding a way to make some money.
I made $15,000 in 45 days, bro. Just selling toys, man. And the crazy part, I was just going around to different Walmarts.
Yeah.
I came home, I got my credit straight. I had $15,000 at Walmart, $15,000 at Sam.
Right.
So I would go around and I would charge all the toys. I would go in every toy department all over Atlanta, and I would buy the toys and put them on Amazon.
Because they went crazy on Amazon too, and then Walmart was sold out. So you the reason they sold out.
I was buying all. I was going to buy all the LOLs, all the monkeys.
Too. Hey, I can imagine the smile on you. You had to be LOL, and it's like I got him.
Yeah.
So little Tyler, little Sarah went in there looking for one, and Derrick Pickett then got them all.
Yep,
so if y'all was looking for an LOL doll, and you an adult now, and that your childhood got crushed because you couldn't find it, this is the guy to be mad at, right? Yep. So, no, I'm just kidding. So, all right, so we got the whole, you done built an ecosystem around this thing, though.
Yeah.
So, like, what are some of the things that you can do or you feel you can do to actually grow this thing? So what's the end goal with it?
End goal is One of my end goals is like, I got a nonprofit, but I came with an idea called the Pallet Flipping Boys.
Okay.
So all the little boys, they always
PFB.
Yeah, they always out in the water selling their water. So I came with an idea one day. God gave me an idea. I said, man, Pallet Flipping Boys. So I would get Amazon and Target and all them to donate me pallets, and then have an academy where the little boys come over there and they can get a pallet and go sell at flea markets and stuff on the weekend and stuff. So they ain't got to worry about selling, actually water and get a higher valued item that they can sell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you like selling shoes, you can sell shoes. You like selling clothes, you can sell clothes. You like selling, even like food.
Right.
I mean, you can sell whatever you want, but that's one of my ultimate goals is to have that for my nonprofit. And then every day I'm getting up, I'm flipping pallets, but I'm making money, but I'm showing kids so they ain't got to go to jail. They ain't got to get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm pretty sure you talked to my boy Hackett.
No.
He was at the mastermind down in Miami. Because you could probably get some grants for that.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine, because I think if you targeting inner city kids who selling the water, trying to keep them off the street, and probably even could set up like a white label where they can get their own branding and all that on it, I'm pretty sure you could probably get grants. And they'll probably pay for, there's probably grants out there that'll pay for space to warehouse space. Because I know you got your own warehouse, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some grants out there, especially if you're going to use that to get the inner city kids some work experience, right? And branding, because you're a branding and marketing expert. I've been watching you in the game. You was the first one with the little thing that you mail out and they open it up thinking that there's like a letter in there and a whole video start playing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like, wow, because they're going to show everybody. And you was the first one in the credit repair space I've seen doing that. So, I would definitely look into like trying to find some grants and stuff like that. So when you say you putting a course out, right? So what is the course for? To teach people how to do that?
Yeah, it's to show people how to overcome the pitfalls that I had. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times,
what's the pitfalls? Give me one or two of.
The pitfalls is just like all the fake internet people. Like I flew to Connecticut the other week. I was on the line talking to a guy, and the guy was like, "Yo, man, I got these loads. And I looked at it. I said, "Okay, man, I'm coming there." Look, he gave me the address. I went up there. I'm talking about I done flew to Connecticut.
They don't know you take action. Like you take action for real.
So I done got on the plane with Connecticut. Had to drive a whole nother hour outside of the airport. And I get there, and the guy, I was like, "Hey, I'm looking for this guy." He said, "This our warehouse, but this ain't." We don't know him, so so I try to want to go where I can vet people. So because sometimes when you're investing in business, might be your last 2,000-3,000.
People lie too. Yeah, man, everybody's popping online. You know what I'm saying? I call them dancing bears, bro.
Every dance,
man, it's crazy. Yeah. So what happened? You went up there. They don't know him. You just on a blank trip. So you went grab something to eat, jump back on the flight.
Yeah, I made connection with the guy because they actually had a warehouse. I made it so it'd be one of my vetted places I can go that's real, but you'll know the real owners and people you're dealing with. Right. Because a lot of times people be like, I got a guy now telling me he got some furniture. I'm like, I got to go to North Carolina because I'm not going to send you $10,000. Once you send money on wire, you can't get $100 off sale, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The folks ain't give you no money back.
Man.
So yeah, I'm just trying to, help people out so they don't have to go through, know how to buy, when to buy, and why not to buy,
So what's some of the hold up? Why you ain't got the course done yet?
It's better than perfect, man.
Hey, you trying to make it perfect. You trying to make it perfect. Wow.
I think I had a couple of guys I was trying to do the course with, and it just wasn't working. And a lot of people can say what they can do, but I lead a little more organization. So I finally found somebody who was going to do my course. We've been working on it pretty good. So I think it's going to be a good little thing. But I've just been working so long, just trying to get it done. But I got to get it done before Black Friday. So yeah, it's almost done. It's 90% done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another one of the things you can do you have a community built around it?
Nah, not yet. Just my Facebook and social media. And that's when I heard you the other day talking about building engagement. So I was going to start, I guess, put some facts and stuff.
So I've seen more, in my space, I've seen more people flop courses that were game changers. Mm-hmm. And because the best marketer usually wins, right?
Yeah.
But those are the ones that's just spending money on like, hey, look at me, buy from me, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't really build a community, right? So just even right now, I think people going to be watching this and they're going to be intrigued like, man, I need to kind of get into that, right? Yeah. And one of the things that people don't do is I had a buddy who hit me and was like, bro, I got a mailing list of like 30,000 people. And I'm like, cool, but I ain't sent them nothing in about a year and a half, bro. I'm waiting on the perfect product to be able to, the package to be able to offer them. And I said, well, you had 30,000 email addresses, but you don't have engagement with them, which means that by the time you email these people, because you ain't been giving them nothing.
Yeah.
So now if you build a course, right, around this, and nobody has been like vetted on the conversation and don't know the importance of it because the community ain't built around it, even if it get built by Black Friday, you might hit some struggles of people not even knowing the value of it. So between now and then, what I would do if I was you, I'm gonna make sure, hey y'all, what I need y'all to do is come in the comments. If you're going to hold him accountable, I need this in the comments so that I can know and I can subscribe to your YouTube, right? Or, wherever you at. Go in the comments and say, I'm going to hold you accountable, right? And what I need you to do is when you leave here, you need to start a Facebook group, right? And then I need you to document everything that you're doing. Make a video, 2 minutes a day. Hey, I'm starting on my course, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this, I'm blah, 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 right? And the reason why that's going to work is, let's say Black Friday do come around, right? Let's say around the beginning of November, you've been documenting building the course. You've been documenting pallet flipping. You've been documenting, hey, I'm going to pick this up. I'm doing this, right? Hey, I don't know what I'm doing with this course. I'm nervous, blah, blah, blah. So what's going to happen is when you do drop it on the series coming up to Black Friday of these 2-3 minute videos and start adding people into that Facebook group, they're going to see the action actually happen. So you wouldn't look like no dancing bear like you just pop up trying to offer something.
Oh, yeah.
So what you'll offer them for free is a journey into what you're doing, because I'm big on giving the info, selling the process, charging more for access, right? So if you built a community where, hey, now how does this sound? If you've been documenting it for 90 days, right? And you making videos, course is done, blah, blah, blah. But hey, I wanted to come show you something. Here go a warehouse real quick. Here go, this is how a pallet look. Hey, you can just do this. Because if you can transform them from free, and then when they have questions, who you think they're gonna come to? So now, November 1st, you add them into that group. They coming in and they seeing all them live videos that you did yourself in that group before you added anybody. Now they're literally getting to watch it like a movie. So they see the outcome, right? But then when they go in there on day one, they're seeing the beginning of it. Have you ever watched the beginning of the movie and just left and be like, man, I bet that movie gonna end good? No, you shot through it and you made sure you watched it to the end, right? So when people buy into your transformation, what they're doing is when they start seeing you at your vulnerable stage, that builds trust, right? Yeah. So now what happens when you add them November 1st and they watching it and then them videos is dropping in there day by day, and then now all of a sudden you drop a Black Friday offer by saying, hey, a bunch of y'all been asking about getting into this industry and this and that. So what I did is I packaged something for you. I was building. I was going to sell it for $5,000, $1,497. I'm going to let you go do it. 3-week program. You're going to get the course. I'm going to do a 3 weeks of Q&A where you can ask questions as you're going through it, blah, blah, blah. Black Friday only. Now, what if you had 3,000 people in that group, right? And what if 100 of them buy it for $2,000? Then you just made $200,000 on Black Friday. Yeah. You see how that works? Yeah, yeah. And so I think that if you take that approach, you build the audience and then you get to serve the audience. And then what the audience is going to do is they don't look at it as paying for something. They look at it as sowing a seed back into the game that you gave them. And I've built everything like that because it's easy to be like, dang, D, you really made 8 figures and you building these businesses. Everything that I built, it been behind building the audience before I offered. And so, my saying is never try to eat from an environment that you ain't plant a seed in. You get what I'm saying? So plant that seed, man, and create that group, create the community and the message around it. Let them ask as many questions because they'll ask. Don't build a course until you start talking to people in the community because they'll start telling you what they want to buy from you. And when they asking those questions, you just make the module answering those questions in the videos. And you literally got to, that's called a fully developed course right there because you didn't develop it in your vision. You developed it for the way that the people ask the questions and what they wanted from you. When you do that, I guarantee you the people going to hold you accountable. And then I want you to screenshot your $200,000 Black Friday day. Right. And that's on the low end. You're really going to shoot for $1 million, but So that's just one of the things that I do there. So let's get into the pallet flipping though, because I done got intrigued because I'm trying to go get my $20,000 a week. Hey, studio audience, y'all want y'all $20,000 a week too? That's what I'm saying. So everybody want their 20. Clap y'all in the background if y'all want y'all. See, y'all hear them clap? Everybody want their $20,000 a week though. So, all right, I'm green. Let's say I just got out of jail or just got out of the military, just left Walmart, just left the hospital. I was working somewhere, and I lost my job in the freaking pandemic, and I'm over here confused. Would I be able to start?
Oh, sure you can. Yeah.
So just give me some steps of what I know you're gonna put it in the course. You can just go. You can summarize it. So
basically, first you got to figure out find out what the need is, what you like to sell, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Go look around. I tell people all the time, it's flea markets everywhere. There's always somebody trying to save $1.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Never think about that.
Yeah. So you go out to the flea market, look around, see what everybody else is selling, and then you go look. And a lot of times people make connections at flea markets if you want to start at that level. I had one guy, he became one of my best clients.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had a guy, and we was selling at the flea market, and he came in there, and he's one of my biggest buyers. He usually spends like $2,000 or $3,000 a week wholesale buying.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
for every $2,000 he's spending, what the profit look like? It's probably at over a 50% profit margin.
Yeah, definitely over 50%. Depends on who it is and what it is and what's going on. But it's definitely a margin, a good margin in it. It's just all about what you choose to sell. I like household. I like things that I know people ain't got to think about buying. You know what I'm saying? So you say you like soft tissue, but if you ain't got no money, you're gonna get the hard tissue.
Right.
That's what I choose to do. But and then as far as that, go to local couponers. You can go to people who are already buying stuff.
How do I find the local couponers though?
Facebook Marketplace.
Man,
Facebook Marketplace.
I was thinking about putting Facebook ads out there. I've been spent unnecessary money.
Yeah.
And I think, man, if you put some ads out there, grabbing couponers, man, then now they gonna want to come and shop with you.
Yeah. I have coupons.
Or they gonna want to come and it's kind of like if I can help you get off everything, now couponers gonna be running you down.
Yeah.
So do you have a prop? So what's the biggest bottleneck? Right. So is there a shortage of couponers out here that you can get stuff from? Or a shortage of buyers. So you got too much supply and less buyers, or you got more buyers than supply?
I think I got more buyers than supply.
Oh, that's a good problem.
I can't never keep enough of it. If I go through my warehouse is full one day, it might be full, and I might have 2-3 trucks come in. I swear to be gone in like a week, man.
So in other words, we need to figure out how we can get the couponers to chase you down to keep sending you stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm big on equity, right?
Yeah.
So what if you created a way that the couponers you don't have to buy it from them on the front end? They can literally just create, you can create your own couponing team around the world, and they going out and they couponing it at wholesale, doing this whole thing and distributing it to you. And then you giving them the kickback at the same rate that you would, but now it's kind of like a reverse net 30 account where they got the stuff and they giving you kind of like a net 30 to go ahead and get off the stuff, being that that's your bottleneck. So now you meeting the demand of the buyer, right?
Yeah.
But then you also making sure that now that you keeping them busy around the clock, so everybody wins. Now they working couponing, they getting it to you, and you just built the whole team out that way.
Yeah,
you think that'll work?
Yeah,
so would you be able to distribute more if you didn't have to pay the couponers up front and you just had it coming in and then boom, based on it going out, you just you shoot them their bread.
Yeah, but most people want to work to know that they're going to get paid, because a lot of them have just money sitting on the shelf.
Right.
So that'd be a good idea for them, because as long as they know that I got the money to pay them, they'll bring it to me.
And with all these people that you got that's going to take this course and start doing the same thing, because I think that if they can get through to the couponers, I think that'd be good. And then, man, you talking about that. So when you build that Facebook community and add people, what if you had somebody in there that's teaching how to coupon now? Because, see, you ain't just targeting people who trying to do this.
Yeah.
You're targeting coupon. You want a bunch of couponers in the group.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So if you got a bunch of couponers in the group learning how to coupon, and then you got a bunch of people who want a pallet flip, you just created an ecosystem of people. And then now you can eat from everybody doing that. Now you got the distribution to the warehouse. You see what I'm saying? So like, okay, that trip to Connecticut wasn't in vain, because now I got a coupon in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And then now I just created a distribution chain to where now the couponer get paid on the back end. They get paid for holding it. I'm just brokering the deal. And then now you got an execution team out here doing that, removing you back.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that that's going to be the way that you actually scale that. So you scale it by finding those pivot points of how can I replace myself? And I think the first way to replace yourself is to bring couponers into the ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you can connect the couponers with the people with the warehouses, with the buyer, and then all you're doing is just building a software or system or some kind of automation that's going to connect all of those where you broker it, you literally become Amazon. Did you know that's all Amazon do?
Yep, that's all they do. Yeah.
And the only difference now is they got ownership of the warehouse that they distribute it through, but you can do that without, you can do that without the warehouse. You can do that without the ownership of the warehouse and all that.
Yeah.
So man, I'm kind of excited, about this. The $20,000 a week I'm about to have pallet flipping.
Yeah.
So what we do is, the first few minutes, the people got to know you, and then we set up like some brainstorming, some little coaching that just kind of gave my spiel of what I would do. That's what I would do to actually scale, right? Since that was your problem. But then I also let you, because most people don't know that I do this, I let you, we're going to act like this course is done, right? And then what we do in the last 10 minutes is you going to spend the first minute blind picking my audience, right? On this course and why they need it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to analyze your picks, kind of pick through it, and then I'm going to let you pitch it again. All right. Okay. So it's okay. You're going to mess up the first time. It's supposed to be. Or you're going to kill it the first time, right? So what we're going to do is Mr. Pickett is about to show y'all how y'all going to make $20,000 a week with his pallet flipping course.
Hey, this your boy, Derrick Pickett.
Hold on. Not Barry White now. I ain't say go Barry White. I thought you was about to do a whole R&B song right here. Boy. And then we got, it's kind of like, I don't know how to move. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Hey, he was about to go real sexy on it. I was like, do we cut the light off here?
We're trying to say, hey, some verses.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, this your boy, Derrick Pickett. Are you tired of going on dead-end roads and not being able to pay bills at the end of the month? You need some extra income so your kids can get those shoes they want, or maybe you can go and get some clothes you want. Maybe you want some extra money for a vacation. Well, I got something for you today. The 5 Ps of pallet flipping by Derrick Pickett. These 5 Ps, I'm going to show you how to seamlessly go in and take your extra time and turn it into extra money. With a little investment as $200, you can go in and you can change your life and your trajectory. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at palletmoney.com, PALLETMONEY, palletmoney.com. Come on in and let's begin.
All right. So now this is where I come in and I rate the pitch.
All right.
That's cool. Right. I love it. I love it. So I like the tone in the pitch. I like the way that you sounded real confident and you got people there. It still sounded salesy though.
Okay.
The best pitch that you can ever do, because people pick solutions, not lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the lifestyle pitches are cool, but most of the people that you're going to target with this is, of course, they're trying to make some extra revenue, but they're trying to change their life, right? So in order for somebody to change their life, you got to hit their pain points, right? What better way to hit the pain points than to talk about statistics in this recession right here? You get what I'm saying? So if I was doing the pitch, right, and this is just me blindly doing it, hey, what's going on? My name is Derrick Pickett, y'all, and I wanted to come and give y'all a heart-to-heart. It's a recession. Did you know that it's less than 36% of the revenue that was getting spent in 2020 is getting spent now? See, a lot of people probably run around thinking, man, I'm broke, I'm failing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everybody's over leveraged. You don't even know if you're going to have a job next month. They're probably doing layoffs, credit taking a hit, banks ain't even loaning money. There's nobody that's going to come save you. Now, ask yourself this question. If this continues over the next 3 to 6 months, what are you going to do? So I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about that. No, seriously, what you going to do? Now, if you didn't know what you were going to do in that short amount of time, you probably never know what you're going to do. That means you're living life on the terms of somebody else. It's time to take control of that. Now, think about if you look around your house, you will probably use tissue. When you're running out, the first thing that happened in the pandemic is everybody ran to the store to grab tissue. Everybody ran to the store to get toothpaste. When it's a hurricane coming, when it's a tornado coming, what's the first thing you're running to get? Tissue, toothpaste, water, things like that, the stock, that's consumables that you will never be able to run out of. And no matter how old you get, you're going to continue to have. So that means if you know that the world needs it, why don't you go ahead and take action to be the one to distribute it to the world and change it, and in the same time change your own life? Did you know that for less than $200, that you can create a business and an operation and learn everything that you need to do to not only learn how to coupon, but learn how to take the things from that, partner with warehouses to be able to distribute pallets and things that people need so that you can actually change lives as well. Because let's be honest, if you can make an extra $1,000, $1,500, or even $2,000 a week or a month, any little bit helps right now. But with the uncertainty, now is the time to invest in yourself to make sure that you won't be in a position so that nobody else lays you off because you're in control of your own destiny. And this is why I'm inviting you to go to palletflipping.com or whatever the website is to go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna also invite you to my Facebook community where you can learn step by step exactly what I've been doing and follow my journey. Definitely see you on the other side, but before you click that link, make sure that it's something you want to do on this transition to the other part of your life, and I'll be with you every step of the way. Go ahead and click the link. You see that?
Yeah.
So now you touched on a pain point of where we at.
Yeah.
And I was blind. I probably could have did it better if I had time.
Yeah.
So you want to talk to the people and look in their eyes and talk about the pain points. Now, if I'm that person that, dang, I don't know if I'm going to lose my job, it's a call to action based on that. See, I ain't talking nothing about lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? So now when you hit them it's more of a rally because you're talking community, you're talking group.
Yeah.
All right? So now I need you to go ahead and bring this thing home, man. Close them out. Close them out. How I do studio audience? That was decent. You be winging it. Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, this is your boy, Derrick Pickett. Did you know the average American has less than $1,000 in savings? Did you know that because of the pandemic, is so many people who didn't know what they were going to do or how they want to do it? But I have a solution for you today. Recently, I've embarked on a interesting venture where I flip pallets, where I sell tissue, paper towel, laundry detergent. And I know that if you come and join my course, that I will show you how I can help you with the pain points of not being able to figure out how you're going to supply your next meal for your child or even take your next vacation or whatever you decide to do. But as far as me, I know that this has worked for me and this course will work for you. But I need you to tap in right now and come on and join the pallet flipping course. Yeah.
All right, we getting there. We getting there. We getting better, man.
But all our life, I guess we've been always taught to sell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, you gotta be like the benefits. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we don't, like when I go buy, deodorant, I don't buy it because it smells good. I got it because it's gonna kill the smell.
And you don't want to be musky. Because you know the consequence of the deodorant is if I don't put it on and I walk up, that's when everybody want to hug. And, I don't want to be at no conference musky. Yeah. So, all right. So, man, I think this was I think this is going to be an instant classic, man. And the fact that people got to tap into you, to another side of you, to see this side of you, I think is really dope. So where can the people find you? Because this is not just a regular podcast, right? You come on and you get coached, you brainstorm, you show us a different side of you. But the whole goal and the takeaway of this is everybody in the audience is your accountability group, right? Mm-hmm. People are going to hold you accountable. So where can they find you to hold you accountable?
In the words of Deion Sanders, I ain't hard to find. Just just look up my name, DerrickPickett.com, DerrickPickett.com. That's my website. Or you can go to Pallet Money. So if you want to get some money with the pallets, you can reach me there. But if you go on there, you see all my social media. You can click on the link and join all my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that.
All right. So you heard it here first. PalletMoney.com and DerrickPickett.com. It's something about Derrick's, man. But, everything that you was talking about, I don't even know if you noticed that specialty you have. You had vision. You said, well, I flew there. I had to do this. I had to do that. You took action and you had vision. Bro, you ain't going to be organized. Yeah. It's not meant for you to be organized. Yeah. Your brain is not wired to be organized, right?
Because I need that test.
It's too much thinking. It's too much. So, just keep being a visionary and find an organized person. So, just next person you hire, take a DISC assessment when you leave here. And then the next person that you hire, give them DISC assessments. And when you find somebody with a high S and a high C that don't have a high D and a high I, that's the person that's going to be organized and steady that's going to be able to get the things done that you can't do. And what happens is when y'all are able to work together like that, you'll be able to create a machine.
Yeah.
So you heard it here. This is how you find them. Did you give your Instagram?
Instagram is Total Source Consultants.
Total Source
Consultants.
You need. Was Pallet Money available?
I ain't even.
You need to go change that today. You got to be consistent across the board.
Yeah, that's right.
Go to Pallet. If you're pushing Pallet Money, everything need to be Pallet Money.
Pallet Money. Yep, you're right.
So, man, this has been an amazing episode. Thank you for coming through. You going to dinner tonight with us?
Oh, definitely, man.
We're going to eat some Mexican food, man. We going to my favorite Mexican spot tonight. And so, y'all, follow Derrick Pickett. We're going to hold them accountable. When you follow him on social media and he's not making a post about Pallet Money, he'll know what you're talking about. Just put accountability. If he's talking off course and he's not on track for what his messaging is, make sure that, now don't call him out on blast and be like, you supposed to, just put accountability on there. He gonna know what you're talking about, right? We're going to make sure that he get this course launched, this community launch, and we're going to join the community to learn how we can get $20,000 a week. And we're going to get this Pallet Money course to make sure that we buy into this ecosystem, pour back into him when we get this $20,000 a week. So this has been real. It's been another Done is Better Than Perfect, because perfect never gets done episode. Thank you to Derrick Pickett for coming through and blessing us. And we are out. Y'all have a good day. Y'all been blessed with Derrick. All right.